I wish that we had like recordings of like we've had crossover readings for Anna. I think this is the third one.
It is.
You know,
We had Michael, then we had my grandmother, and now this one.
I wish we had that footage. You know,
I have it. I have all of
people,
them.
send it to me, please, baby, because they were such powerful messages. You know, and I feel like, you know, whenever we do messages like this or like these, it's always about healing. Like there's so much healing that comes from messages
Yeah.
like where we've had maybe questions or things not covered or open, you
But I
know.
was saying in the comments earlier, I was going through all my readings from the very first one you did with me up until now. Everything is making sense to me now
Oh yes, I did see that. I saw that message.
because 2 weeks ago I went into hospital just for one operation. I ended up having an emergency operation.
Mm.
They punctured my artery. So I was bleeding badly and everything. And like, to be honest, like I'm not scared of anything, B. But that night I looked at the doctor and I was like, I'm scared. And here I am today. And then all the readings were, it stated like something is going to happen that's going to change you and change your perspective of life. And that's what happened with me. And like, till today, I'm very grateful.
No, 1000%, baby. You are gifted. You have a being to be forgiven or for forgiveness. And it was like he felt like somebody had warned him against something or warned him not to do something, and he did something anyways, and he felt some way responsible. Or was this person being colored, like colored Indian looking, like you know, their type
So
of.
it was a Khalid
But
Indian.
this person was shown like as in like dripping wet water.
His whole window was smashed out and his whole dashboard was on into him. So he was just laying there like he was sleeping. But when you described him, I was like, it was pouring raining that day and he was soaking wet and they removed his body at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Like like the person that came through, like I said, they came through with the name Tariq, like
It
that
was
type of.
Tariq something and he had gold on.
Yes. You know, and this person was tanned brown. They had like thick eyebrows, and like I just remember seeing them soaking wet, but they were disappointed.
Yeah, but he died with a smile on his face because when my dad was hanging on the window, and then I thought, okay, let me go. My dad wanted to help the other driver just to like get him out the car, and then my dad's like, don't go there. He passed on, and I was like, but I want to see. So I went and I saw for myself, and like he had like a little smirk on his face, and he was dripping wet. The car smelled like alcohol. I still remember that day, and when I had to go and with insurance to explain how this accident happened, he went through a puddle of water with a blue city golf, lost control of the car, targeting my dad and my brother. So the more my dad tried to avoid, the more he targeted them because that night apparently him and his wife had a fight. So he wanted to keep his life.
Oh my god.
And like when they opened up the car and everything, there was alcohol. And then when they did autopsy on his body, and that he was also
He already knew what he was doing. It's not like he went into it not knowing. You
yeah.
know, but at the same time, you know, doing something and knowing that you doing it and having it actually happen, you know, is very different. You know what I mean? So it was like he had accomplished what was set out to happen, but he was sad when it did happen.
Yeah. And we did mention the D and the A when I was speaking to you. I said to you, there's something about D in the story.
I actually have a photo where there is his car, and you can actually see his shadow standing next door to the car. And I was there myself that night because my dad phoned us. We were the first ones there, and there was no one around the car. And when I zoom into the photo, you see his shadow standing there like a tall, slender guy.
That's exactly. That's
Yo, you
exactly him.
speak, baby.
That's him. Tall, slender, thick
Yes.
eyebrows,
Yeah,
brown,
Black
just
hair.
like whenever
blackish,
I saw
straight
him,
hair.
like he just was hanging his head down,
Yeah.
like he just is like lived like in so much regret. Like yes, there was a plan and a purpose and whatever to what he was doing, but once it had happened, it was like instant regret.
It was like quick. By the time we got the call was, let's say, around 12:30 at night.
What they were doing, you know what I mean? And
Correct.
like, and just the like the water and the and all of that, like Emma, like I'm so grateful that you came in today so that we can close this topic and close this subject because this has been something that's been playing on my mind. It's
When you mentioned the name, I was like,
Can't be.
point B. And then I was like, I know his second name is Joseph and his first name was Tariq. And then when you said gold, I was like, he had a gold chain on. And I think he also had a gold tooth or something.
He had a gold tooth, yes.
Yeah. And then I was like, no, man, it can't be the same. And then you're like, what's his nationality?
covered or open.
But
You know,
I was saying in the comments earlier, I was going through all my readings from the very first one you did with me up until now. Everything is making sense to me now because
oh yes, I did see that. I saw that message.
2 weeks ago I went into hospital just for one operation. I ended up having an emergency operation. They punctured my artery. So I was bleeding badly and everything. And like, to be honest, like I'm not scared of anything, B. But that night I looked at the doctor and I was like, I'm scared. And here I am today. And then all the readings it stated like something is going to happen that's going to change you and change your perspective of life. And that's what happened with me. And like, till today, I'm very grateful.
No, 1000%, baby. You are gifted. You have a big calling on your life. That has been evident from day one. Just like you know. Guys, let's own this. Let's stand up to this. Let's